Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fully Playable Games. So on today's video, we've got quite a bit to go through. So we're going to start off by doing a bit of a channel update, and then we're going to move into a brand new series that I'm going to be doing on the channel. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a busy one today. And actually it's going to turn into be a busy one quite often now on the channel. Because diving straight into the big channel update, and that is going to be a basically revision of my content. So you would have seen recently that I've been putting out a few more videos here and there. Last week in particular, I think we actually done a channel record of 5 videos in a week. And yeah, obviously it was a busy week last week with all the Switch stuff and the Minecraft movie dropping as well. So yeah, there was a lot going on last week, and I really wanted to cover it and get it out there as and when it was happening. But what I have actually been thinking, because I really enjoyed covering the Switch announcements and everything like that. I really enjoyed that, and being able to sort of share my opinion on things as well. So what I've decided to do is I'm actually going to be adding in a extra video every week. So we're now going to be going to a regular 3 videos a week. Now, I say this now, I am going to try my best to get this done. So what the plan is we're going to keep the Tuesday videos as they are. And that is going to predominantly focus around the games. So it's going to be carrying on the series that we started this week, which was looking into sort of cancelled games and the worst games ever, collection deep dives, and there was another type of video I'm putting out, and I can't remember what it is at this point. No, can't remember, but yeah, there's about 4 different videos, and what I'm going to be doing is just sort of running through them. So we should have one of those videos every month. Then on a Thursday, we are going to be dropping sort of this week's video, and yeah, this is now going to be titled "This Week in Gaming." And what we're going to do is we're going to look back at everything that's happened over the last 7 days, and yeah, just talking about it in a bit more detail, and yeah, looking at sort of what people are saying online about different things. So yeah, it's more going to be like a news episode where we look into what's happening in the gaming sphere, and yeah, basically put our opinions out on it. And then what we're going to do is the Friday video is now going to get moved to Saturday, and yeah, that is going to predominantly stay as a game hunt video, but I will be mixing it up a bit, so it won't necessarily be a game hunt every week. There will be some reviews and things like that scattered in as well. And then what I also want to try and do as well, I want to start doing some more of the live reactions, like what we did with the Switch 2 Direct. And yeah, to be quite honest, every time like the Direct, the PlayStation 1, which I can never remember what it is, I always watch them. And every single time I watch them, I'm like, oh, I should actually do a live reaction to this. So yeah, I really enjoyed doing the Switch 2 Direct. So I am going to be doing that a bit more often now. So if I see that a sort of presentation is coming out, whether it's sort of like Nintendo, Pokemon, Sony, Microsoft don't really do them anymore. But if they do one, then we'll do a reaction to that. And then yeah, that will just form a extra video that week. Or if it falls on sort of one of my normal release days, then that will probably be the video for that day. And yeah, that is sort of how I'm thinking. I want to sort of move the channel forward a bit. It's become a bit stagnant, a bit samey. So yeah, I have been trying new video types over the last sort of couple of months. And yeah, some have been good, some have been bad. And yeah, I am just still finding my feet on where I want to take the channel. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Is there anything in particular you want me to start covering on the channel? Because yeah, I'm always open to new ideas, new suggestions, and yeah, definitely excited to see how things are going to go. But for now, let's dive into this week in gaming. And yeah, there has, well, to be quite honest, I would say there's been a lot happening, but it's been focused around two things in particular. So to start off with, we've got the Minecraft movie. Excuse me, my voice is going. So we've got the Minecraft movie. That released on Friday, and I believe it was Sunday that I actually released my review of the film. And yeah, I will admit, I wasn't a fan. The little one absolutely loved it, but yeah, for me, it was, I just didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. I think I gave it a 4 out of 10. And to be honest, I knew at the time that it was going to be a success. Because when I tried to book the tickets to go and see it, all of Friday was pretty much sold out, and there was just scattered seats that were awful. And yeah, Saturday was the first time that I could actually get in to see the film. So yeah, the figures have released. So as of the opening weekend, the figures were 157 million in the US. 144 million sort of globally, for a total of 301 million on its opening weekend. So yeah, absolutely superb. Really good figures for that. And as you see on the screen now, these are the figures as of today. So I'm actually filming this video a couple of hours before it goes live. So this is basically the figures as of Thursday, the 10th of April. So yeah, you'll see there, domestic, so this is US domestic, 185 million, 150 million international, for a total take of 336 million. So yeah, really, really good. As I say, it was always going to be a success, but from my perspective, and to be honest, a lot of reviewers' perspectives as well, it didn't live up to sort of expectations. So currently, the film has got a Metacritic score of 47% and a user score of 5.5. So yeah, it isn't lighting things up. I will be honest, I will not be surprised if we do see quite a bit of a dip this week, or this weekend in particular, because if you think at the moment, I know in the UK, it's obviously half term, so there'll be a lot of kids going out and seeing it this week. But yeah, I don't know. I think we will start, now that we've seen the reviews start coming out, people are talking about it, I think we will start seeing a drop off on that. Yeah, percentage wise, I don't know, but yeah, I will not be surprised if we see a drop off. So moving on, we have got the Nintendo Switch. So Switch 2 obviously announced a little over a week ago now. And yeah, it has just been an absolute buzz of news, controversies. It has been absolutely insane. I don't think I've ever known a console release to have this much, I wouldn't even necessarily call it buzz. I don't even know what word to use, because it isn't great. I'll have to admit, from what I've been seeing people talking about online, even comments that I've had on my video from the videos from last week. So diving into the Switch 2 news, the first bit of news that we've got was that the US pre-orders were actually being delayed. Now, this was all centered around uncertainty about Trump's new tariffs. So originally, there was tariffs that were being put in place. He's pretty much putting tariffs across the board, across all countries. And Vietnam was one of the places that were being hit with tariffs. I believe it was 45% tariffs, I think, were being put on Vietnam. I can't remember. I haven't actually noted it down. But yeah, there was quite steep tariffs. And originally, Nintendo had actually moved their production of the original Switch from China to Vietnam to basically avoid the tariffs that were being put in place against China. So obviously, this was now a big concern for Nintendo. And yeah, pretty much since tail end of last week, when they announced, I think it was probably like Sunday, I think it was, that we found out that the US pre-orders were being delayed. And they basically said because of the tariffs, They were waiting to find out what was going on, and to basically assess whether the price would need to be adjusted. They were still saying that the June 5th release date was still staying. That wasn't changing, but it was just the pre-orders were going to be put on hold. So since then as well, the Canadian pre-orders have also been put on hold. For basically what they were saying was they didn't want a rush on Canadian stores with people from the US coming up to Canada, pre-ordering in Canada to then import them into the US for a cheaper price. So yeah, it has been absolutely insane around the pre-orders in the US. Obviously, US gamers didn't know whether the Switch was going to be going up massively in price or anything like that. It has come out this morning that things are settling down with it, because it's believed that, from what I've seen, Trump has actually signed a 90-day pause on introductions of a lot of the tariffs. I think it's only China's tariffs that are sort of staying in place. And the reason for that is basically Trump was advised that if he put the tariffs in, it could lead the country into recession. So he's put a 90-day pause on it, which would still allow Nintendo to get at least a first batch of Switch 2s into the country. So yeah, we'll see with that. So yeah, hopefully that does settle down for everyone else over in the US. But with pre-orders in the UK, we have started seeing some pre-order options come up. So I've had a look on Amazon, and they've changed their pre-orders. So initially, you had to go onto the site, register your interest, and then it would be done by a sort of invitation. They've now changed that, so it's now just going to be a first come first serve. So as soon as you see them available on the website, you'll be able to pre-order, and then it'll be first come first serve. EE. So I've actually got my mobile phones through EE, and they do actually sell consoles and things like that. So I did actually look at what they were doing. Once again, they're doing the same thing, where it's you register your interest and you'll basically get an invitation to pre-order. Curry's, one of the big electrical stores here in the UK, it's all pre-order in store. So yeah, one of the very few ones that I could find that was sort of pre-order in store. I haven't looked up places like Smith's or anything like that. But one of the ones that I haven't actually looked into, but I've seen a lot of comments about it online, is Game. So all of the pre-orders are being dealt with through the website. But a lot of people are very, very upset with the way that we're actually operating their pre-orders. So in order to pre-order the Switch through Game, you have to do full payment up front, and then you also have to pay an additional £10 delivery. So yeah, a lot of people are saying that they just are not trustworthy enough, and they will just not be pre-ordering through Game. Which, to be quite honest, I can understand, because obviously we've only just found out about it. A lot of people are not going to have sort of 450 or up to £450 sitting there ready to drop on a new console within like a week. So yeah, a lot of people will be expecting to even put down an initial deposit and then pay it off just before dispatch or pickup. So yeah, that isn't a great idea from Game, but obviously we know Game isn't in a great position at the moment. So yeah, what they're probably having to do is to sort of get payments up front, which would then allow them to actually pay for the units that they're getting in. But yeah, not as I say, we are seeing some pre-order options come through. I personally haven't had the ability to pre-order anything yet. I have seen a couple of people comment on the last video that they have managed to get pre-orders. I have also seen it has started. So yeah, I have seen listings up on eBay, £600 plus, or £650, I think was the price I was seeing, plus for Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders. Yeah, not great. So yeah, that would be something that I would love to see eBay shut down. But yeah, unfortunately, they're going to get their money out of it, so they don't really care. Then, obviously, there has been an absolutely immense backlash to the pricing. So the console in general hasn't been too bad. Not a lot of people have said too much about the actual console price. There are a lot of people, though, that are speculating that the reason that Nintendo have done the Switch 2 at £400 is that it's going to give them the ability to discount it. Because for the current Switch, it released at £300. It's pretty much stayed at the same price. It very rarely gets discounted. And yeah, what a lot of people think will happen is that Nintendo will release a Switch 2 at £400, and then after sort of 6 months or so, it then gives them the ability to drop it down to £300, still making a profit on all the units. But yeah, so there's a lot of people sort of speculating that. But the big controversy is obviously around the games and the pricing of the games. And basically, Nintendo has come out and responded to this, basically saying, tough. And they've actually sort of doubled down, saying that they're actually looking at a variable pricing model for the games. So if you've got a game that is extremely popular and is giving you a lot of value for money, then the price could go up. Vice versa, it could also go down. So say, for example, if you've got a Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, something where you've got the opportunity for sort of hundreds of hours worth of playtime, then Nintendo could say, well, this game is worth more than the £80, so we'll charge you £100 for that one. Or you've got like a bit of shovelware. Oh, well, we'll charge you £20 for that one. So yeah, it's going to be, I think Nintendo are very quickly burning a lot of bridges, especially with the gaming community. The Switch was, as I say, is heralded as an absolutely amazing system. I love my Switch, but yeah, I think the way that Nintendo are taking on the Switch 2 is burning a lot of bridges. But talking about the pricing of games, one thing we have had confirmed, we're starting to see prices for the upgrade packs. So if I switch over, we've got a report here from Nintendo Life. There we go. So the upgrade pack prices for Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom have been confirmed. So these are essentially the DLC packs, or the as they call them, the upgrade packs. So some of the games, it is just graphical enhancements. I think with the Zelda ones, it allows you to access a mobile app that will essentially be used as a sat-nav. And yeah, I don't think there's with the Zelda games, there's no additional content. Whereas with some of the other games, like, I remember rightly, Kirby gets a whole new area added to the game. So for the Zelda packs, so if we scroll down here, for those who already own the game on Switch, the upgrade pack will be $10 or $9.99 to be exact. So you are looking at £20 if you want to upgrade both. Pricing in the UK and Europe has yet to be confirmed, though we can likely expect something comparable to the US pricing. So yeah, this is where it gets interesting. So will it be comparable to the US pricing after conversion, or will it be just, so they'll charge you £9.99 for the upgrade pack? So yeah, we don't exactly know how much it's going to be here in the UK, but we've got an idea. So obviously the Zelda games will be £10. Nintendo have said that there will be variable pricing on the Switch 2 upgrade packs. So I will expect that if it is just graphical upgrades or graphical updates, then you're probably looking around the £10 mark. But I think if it's got extra content, I wouldn't be surprised to see it go up to about £20 or $20, £20, however they price it. So for something like Kirby, for example, I wouldn't be surprised. And Mario Party Jamboree, I will admit I will not be surprised if they try and sort of price gouge on those two. So yeah, we're starting to see the pricing come out. What do I think of it? I don't know. To be quite honest, the sort of $10, £10 mark is about what I was expecting for these. But yeah, if they go any higher than that, then yeah, I just don't think it's going to be worthwhile. Then moving on, we've seen reports of a bit more detail coming out with regards to the JoyCon design on the Switch 2, and more importantly, the thumbstick design. So a lot of people were hoping that the Switch 2 Joy-Cons would have Hall effect thumbsticks. And it has been confirmed by Nintendo that no, they do not have Hall effect thumbsticks. So they have said that the Switch 2 Joy-Cons have been designed from the ground up, but they have also confirmed there's no Hall effect. And yeah, that has got a lot of people very, very concerned because if as I say, we don't know how until the actual console comes out and some people can get their hands on it to do teardowns. We're not going to know what how those Joy-Cons are designed. Are they essentially using the same tech from the Switch 1, which obviously we know had absolutely appalling failure rates? I think I've seen a poll that someone else done on their channel, and it's something like 65% of people that responded to the poll had sort of thumbstick drift. So yeah, it is very, very concerning that potentially we're setting ourselves up for another round of basically sort of faulty thumbsticks, which it's not limited to Nintendo. It is across the whole gaming sphere at the moment. But yeah, it's very, very disappointing that that wasn't one of the big areas. If I was designing the Switch, that would literally be the first area I was looking at. How can we improve the thumbsticks, make sure that that doesn't happen again? And yeah, it's another negative mark towards the Switch 2 for me. And then to wrap up today, we've got, I don't know whether it's funny or just a bit of a gaffe on Nintendo's part. It's basically Nintendo have gone and done an Xbox. So Doug Browser, who is the head of Nintendo America, has done an interview with CBC. And essentially, he has gone and done an Xbox by saying, if you can't afford a Switch 2, then just buy a Switch 1. So let's jump over to this article, and we'll see here. We recognise that some people may not be able to afford the Switch 2's price point. That's why we wanted to make other Switch platforms available, so people still have the opportunity to come into our gaming universe and be part of these characters in worlds and see value, if you will, in whatever run of the platform they come in. Yeah, that is... yeah, it is just short-sighted. Obviously, we've seen this play out before. So back when the Xbox One released, Don Matrick said pretty much exactly the same thing. That obviously, if you can't connect to the internet, we do Xbox 360, which is an offline platform. And yeah, he got absolutely ridiculed for that. And I'll be honest, from what I've been seeing online, Doug Bowser's also getting the same ridicule. And yeah, absolutely shocking that sort of in this day and age, a sort of head of a company would literally come out and say that if you're too cheap to afford our new item, buy the old one. But also looking here, so down here, sure, there are extenuating sure, there are extenuating outside circumstances that could affect positively or negatively, and we can't necessarily control these. What we can control is what we think. We've got a device that's going to bring more developers onto the platform that we can lead into as developers ourselves or publish ourselves. As a result, bringing lots of smiles to people's faces, he said. And obviously the outside circumstances he's talking about is obviously the tariffs over in the US. But yeah, I just think it is very, very short-sighted to come out and say something like that in an interview. So yeah, disappointed that's the route that they've taken. But yeah, for some reason, Nintendo just seem to be eroding all of the goodwill that they've built up over the years with the community. And I don't know why. I really don't. Because if they had been sensible, even to be quite honest, even if we look at sort of like the game pricing, even if they'd released the games at 80, or initially said the games were going to be £80, and then after seeing all the backlash, they then backtrack and say, after sort of looking at everyone's comments, we can see that the £80 price tag was a bit optimistic. We're going to look at setting a $60 price tag. That would have gone a long way, and people wouldn't be as apprehensive about the Switch 2. So yeah, this hard and fast stance that they've got, that they've told you what they're doing, that's what they're doing. If you don't like it, don't buy it. I think that's going to get a lot of people's backs up, but only time will tell. The thing is, at the end of the day, the Switch 2 will be a success. I'll be absolutely amazed if the Switch 2 isn't a success. Definitely, initially, it's going to be highly sought after, snapped up everywhere it can be. But do I think it's going to have the longevity of the original Switch? Probably not. Because we are also, while we haven't had any confirmation around the specs of the Switch, we're starting to see rumours filter in that the Switch might not be as powerful as people are hoping for. So yeah, that will be something that will be really telling, and we'll find that out in a bit more detail. Probably won't find it out from Nintendo, because as I say, anything negative around the Switch they're avoiding talking about, such as the JoyCons and the Thumbsticks. They've literally, apart from this, and I'll be honest, I haven't even got the source down for this. It was an interview done. I think it was an X post by one of the guys that designed the Switch 2, and that's literally the only mention, and it was skirted around. So they didn't say that they're using the same thumbsticks. They just basically said there's no Hall effect, and that is basically where people are sort of going with the speculation that the Joy-Cons haven't been as enhanced as they should have been. But yeah, there's a lot going on. And as I say, this is going to become a weekly video now. So every Thursday, going to be putting out a video this week in gaming, and we will look at basically everything that's happened in the gaming world over the last 7 days. So that is going to wrap up today's video. But before you head off, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, to be kept up to date when the next video goes live. As I say, the next video on the channel is going to be on Saturday, and I think that is lined up to be a game hunt. Not sure what type of game hunt, can't remember yet. But yes, so that is going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, bye.